Welcome back to Financial Times in the car line. Sorry about the wonky setup, driving the wife's car, and I don't have my thing that attaches to the windshield, so sorry, you're gonna have to deal with it. But let's get into it. Let's talk. So I did a video the other day about, hey, I just got into my career. What now? What do I suggest? Starting a 401k, whatnot. Let's get into the other side of that. Like, hey, you just started your career. Personally, financially, what should you be doing? I just spoke to someone today, a good friend of mine. He's getting back on his feet, started a new job, and he's like, hey, I really need some help. Do you mind, helping me out? What do you recommend first and foremost? He's starting over financially. And I said, first and foremost, man, you open up the accounts. Just get them open. Let's open up a brokerage, a Roth IRA. You already have a 401k with work, so we'll skip the traditional IRA. But then I said, once we got those open, I was like, all right, man, here's the template, and I gave them the budget. This is the budget template. Fill in your numbers. What's your rent? Your car payment, your electric, your water bill, just all the necessities, and then we have to dig into your bank statements. So that comes next. Dig into your bank statements and look at what you actually spend. It's going to take you 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I mean, just take a 60-day sample and just take a look and see exactly what you spend and how much you spend and where you spend it. The majority of banks will actually have this broken down for you already. I bank with Bank of America, and they give you a spending wheel, and it shows you entertainment, gas stations, convenience, groceries, fast food takeout like Starbucks. And that's what you really have to look at. How much expenditures do you have? Set it here at the level, and then look at your budget. Are you able to put enough money into investing, savings, a Roth IRA, and then have money for yourself left over after all those expenditures? That's the hard look in the mirror that people don't want to do. I'm not saying don't go to Starbucks, because that's the dumbest thing anyone's ever said. Like, oh, you would be rich if you just stopped spending $6 a coffee. Here's the thing. Still go to Starbucks, just don't go every day. Don't go twice a day. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I did a financial plan for someone probably about 12 years ago, and it was the same thing. Hey, I'm having trouble with money. Can you help me out? Can you help me budget? And after digging into their financial statements, and I looked at their 3-month bank statements, they were going to Dunkin' Donuts twice a day, 4, sometimes 5 days a week. They were spending well over $650 a month, something like that, just in Dunkin' Donuts visits. And then they were ordering takeout 3 times a week. So there was well over $1,400 a month in just excess food, excess Dunkin' Donuts and takeout. Look, I'm not saying don't go to Dunkin' Donuts, but I showed them. I said, look, if you just cut back your Dunkin' Donuts from 5 days a week to 2 days a week and buy yourself an insanely nice coffee maker, but have those 2 days a week be your treat days and just make sure you spend the rest. Like, we immediately drummed up $750 a month in savings. And we were able to help them take that. I was able to help them take that, put it into an investment account, and start earning for their future. Look, I lost touch with this person. No idea what they're doing now. They're probably buying Dunkin' Donuts 9 times a week now. I'm kidding. I hope they're doing well. I wish nothing but the best. But it's things like that. You have to look at your bank statements. You have to look at your spending. You got, after you open up all the accounts and then you do your bare bones budget, you've got to look at your spending and where the money actually goes. After that, you can then make a conscious decision. Maybe you're spending. Look at your grocery bill. Maybe you move to where instead of you're just randomly going to the grocery store, you plan it out on a Monday evening, at Winn-Dixie and Publix, and you look at their BOGOs and you only buy BOGOs, and you look at their digital coupons and you save a ton of money by just buying BOGOs on Monday and then buying your produce on Thursday. It's worth a shot, just adjusting the way you shop, adjusting the way you look at money and the way money flows in and out of your pocket, because now it's not cold hard cash. It's swipe, or tap. And you don't even see the money, and it's just out of sight, out of mind. That's why they made it so easy for consumers to spend money. It's because they don't want you thinking about it. They don't want you thinking about the, you know, $384 you just spent on Starbucks in 1 week. They just want you thinking about the tap and the instant gratification. So if you can really look at that kind of stuff when you're just getting started out, you can figure out, oh, okay, if I can curb that over here and maybe not bring it to, you know, but it's at, right now it's at a level 100. If I can bring it to a level 40 or a level 60 in that range, I could probably save $300-400 a month. Use that $300-400 to put into my investment account. That's how you retire comfortably. That's how you retire early. That's how you buy real estate. That's how you invest in yourself. That's how you become financially free and more financially literate, is by controlling the money around you. Most people say, well, I don't know how to invest in the stock market. Well, do you know how to invest in yourself? Because you haven't looked at your bank statements. So I hope this was helpful. Hopefully you can get out there and crush it. Print up those bank statements. And I got the car line started. So hopefully this will, where I go? Hopefully this was helpful. And hopefully I'll do a video soon as to how to actually create that budget. And I've got the template all ready to go, and I can show you how I do my budget. Personally, my budget right now is all the way through, the end of September. So every dollar I make, or every bill that I have coming up all the way through September, is already accounted for. And all the stuff that pops up is already in savings. So I'm never gonna have something that just pops up out of the blue and affect me greatly, because I've already planned for it years in advance. So I hope that helps. But hit me up down below. Let me know if you have questions, and hopefully I'll get that video out to you soon about budgeting. Be good. Oh, Financial Times, the car line out. Ew.